Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a while. I don't think I've posted in over a year, actually. Oosh, not good. Um, it's been a long time. A lot has changed. I've made a lot of new customs. I switched to Instagram like fully, and I built up a following on there, but I had some people telling me I should go back to YouTube, and I thought no better time than now. And as you guys know, if you've seen my content, seen my shorts, or even seen me from Instagram, I'm a really big Spawn fan, like really big. I'm kind of like obsessed with Spawn. I got Spawn stuff all over my room. I mean, I got Big Violator right here. Um, I got this statue too. Like, I love Spawn. The HBO show is amazing. Um, anyway, you read the title. You know what this video is about. I can confidently say that I've made the best 1/12 scale Spawn figure. I don't think it's really a question. Nobody holds a candle to this. If you think that you've done a better Spawn figure, you're wrong. Sorry, I don't make the rules, but I agree with them. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how you can do this too. I'm gonna do a step-by-step tutorial. Um, yeah, this is pretty fun. This is definitely one of my favorite customs I've made. Super articulated, and if you want to know how to make it, just keep watching, I guess. I'll see you in the next part. All right, let me paint a picture for you. So I'm sitting there like I do on day to day, I'm looking at YouTube, looking for something that's interesting, and I'm like, you know what I should do? I'm gonna look for some custom Spawn figures, see what people are doing, because I've seen some videos and some were cool, some were kind of buns. But I'm looking through, I've seen that video by Papito Loco is pretty good. He goes over how to modify the McFarlane joints and stuff. That's really cool. Not quite what I was going for. I've made McFarlane Spawn customs, but wasn't really a fan. But I'm looking, and I start to, I see this video by Decent Customs, who is a great creator, and he said that is the best Spawn figure ever. Now, I took that as a personal challenge. And soon, you watching right now, will also have the recipe and the skills to make the best Spawn figure ever. Okay? Look at that. You could have this. You just have to watch through the whole thing and don't skip. I'll show a time where you can skip to where the tutorial starts, but don't use it. Watch the whole thing. Please. I need this. Before we get into the tutorial, I just wanted to give you a clearer look at what you will be making in this video and what I'll be showing you how to make. So stay tuned. All right, the first item you're gonna wanna get is gonna be the cape. Every Spawn figure needs a good cape. This one I got from GPS Law on eBay, but I have seen them on Amazon. I think the company that actually makes them is called Forge Knight, if I'm not mistaken. But that's gonna be a necessity, and I recommend you getting that first because it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to ship, if I'm being honest. Next, you're gonna want the Mafex Venom comic version. I don't know if this will work with a bootleg. I use the real thing because I'm ballsy and I want it to be high quality, but yes, get this figure. I know it's expensive, get it. Next, you're gonna wanna get the CT Toys Batman Hush. This isn't fully necessary, but I took parts from it to make the figure slightly taller and have a little bit more articulation. But if you don't want to do that, you can skip the step and do this all with just the Venom parts and it'll work just fine. Now, I know I said I wasn't a fan of McFarlane figures that much, but we are going to need some parts from some, because where else are you going to find a Spawn gauntlet and a boot? Like, come on, give me a break, cut me some slack. But yeah, get this figure. You're also going to need the Elite Edition Spawn. I only use this for the heads, for the masked and unmasked. So if you have another head you want to use, or you could use a Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn head, it just doesn't match the bodysuit that well, but you could do that and save yourself a 50 bucks. Next, you're going to want this bodysuit from Show Dio on eBay. I'll put a link to this and the cape in the description, but you're going to need this suit. Get this as early as you can because it took like a month to show up. A month. Next, you're going to want to get some white iron-on Cricut vinyl. This is the exact one I use, and it worked out great. That's what you're going to use for the logo. You're also going to need some tools. So get yourself a Dremel, get yourself a hair dryer. You're going to need an iron, too, because it's iron-on vinyl. Come on now. All right, this next step is very skippable, but that's what I did because I wanted to be a little taller and move a little better. But first, you're going to need that ab joint from the CT Toys Batman figure. Next, you're going to use the hair dryer to heat up the CT legs and pop the shins off. Then you're going to do the same on the Venom figure. Then you're going to pop the entire lower assembly, the ball joint that goes up, and the joints that go into the thighs. Heat those up, take those out, keep the joints, keep the diaper piece, everything. Plug that into the top body, and then heat up the Venom legs and take those thigh rotator inner thigh swivel joints out and put the CT ones on the Venom thighs. Next, you're going to want to pop that dumbbell joint from the inside of the upper chest piece and also do the same on the Venom, and take that gray joint from the CT and pop it into the Venom torso so that everything can pop together. All right, now you're going to take the suit and put it on that modded Mafex Venom body. Now, I don't have any photos of it without like the logo or other things done to it, because in all honesty, I wasn't going to make a tutorial, but I put it on Instagram and people had asked me, and I think it would be cool to share. So then you're going to take that Cricut vinyl and cut out your emblem. I don't have any special way to measurement. I kind of just eyeballed it. And when you're ironing it on, do it with the figure in the suit. I know it seems like it's a bad idea. Trust me, get your placement, because if you place it without it being in there, the logo's not going to be in the right spot. Place it in there, go slow, start from the crotch and iron it on. Don't hold the iron on there too long because you don't want to melt the vinyl. Push it there, let go, push it there, let go, all the way until you got the shape you want. Bend the figure. If you see any bubbles, straighten it back out, and then iron those spots again, and do that until it's all on there. It's a while, but it's worth it. Trust me. All right, next you're going to want to take that Mortal Kombat 11 spawn figure. Now, like I said, I made this before I thought about doing a tutorial. In the future, my tutorials will be better, hopefully. But you're going to take the figure, pop the arms off with the heat gun or hair dryer or whatever, and there's going to be a little band like right here. That is what is the top spike right there. That is going to be from the bicep. Heat that up, peel it off. You don't need to cut or anything, just heat it up a lot, take that off, put that there. The boot, same thing, heat it up, pop it off, and then you're going to need that Dremel. Shave the whole inside of the leg, the entire inside out until it fits. You might be able to see right there. You can see how much I shaved away to get it to fit. And you're gonna do the same thing with like all the pieces, pretty much. The leg thing, you don't need to shave anything. That's perfectly fine. But the gauntlets and the other gauntlet, you're gonna need to do that. This is another spawn I'm working on for a customer, and I had to shave it and then also trim it to get it to fit on. But it works on bigger figures, because this, just the torso, is taller than him, but it also works for true 1/12 scale, Mafex scale figures. And you're gonna do that with all the pieces. You're gonna heat up, take the belt off. It works for bigger figures too. Take the belt off, take the gauntlet, hollow them out, and you're gonna slide those back on that body. All right, for the left foot, you're gonna take, I mentioned that's the bicep band, keep that there. This is the top shin guard. Hollow it out with the Dremel, fit it on there. Take your time, because it'll melt the plastic. Go really slow, a little bit at a time and test, a little bit at a time and test, a little bit at a time and test, until you get the fit. This part, the foot spike, is from the lower part of the shin guard on the McFarlane Mortal Kombat 11 figure. Cut it in half, hollow it out, place it on there, glue it. It's glued so the joint can still move. Same thing with the boot. Joints still move. Everything works. Everything fits. Nothing gets in the way. And glue them on. Don't be afraid. I see a lot of people when they're spawn customs, especially with the cape, which I'll mention, they don't glue them on. They just put it there and it looks weird. Glue it on. I had a little mistake with the vinyl, and I melted it up at the tops. So when I glued it, I put the cape over that so you can't even tell, and it looks great. Glue your parts, glue your cape. All right, and for the heads and hands, it's pretty simple, honestly. The hands, I just took rubbing alcohol and rubbed the white patches off of the Mafex Venom hands. Eventually, I'm gonna do it to all the hands the figure comes with. I'm just lazy and only did it with these 2 sets because that's all I need at this moment. And that's also an optional step. If you don't care, don't do it. Don't do it. Collect how you want. For the head, this is the McFarlane Elite Edition unmasked head. I took the neck joint or head joint from the Mafex Venom, used an X-Acto knife
to cut all around it and just leave the joint. You could probably use a Dremel, but that's how I did it. Popped it in, hot glue, stays perfectly, pops right onto the figure, and it looks great. And I did the same for the spawn head. Same exact thing, pops right on, and it looks great. All right, articulation time. The cape is huge. It's wired. You can put it in any pose you want. Like, it's amazing. The legs, they go up really far. It's on that Mega-Effects Venom body with the modifications we made to give it even more articulation. Keeps the toe articulation. Great torso bend, more than 90. Like, the arms past 90, past a 90-degree bend. The hands keeps all the articulation. It's a little hindered by it, but it's got good twist. Great neck, great head articulation. The collar of the cape is wired. Like, you can put this in any pose you would need it to. Deep crouches. It has a drop down hip. Great everything. Like, I'm not trying to glaze myself, but come on. Next, we're gonna get into some size comparisons. Here he is with Mafex Hush Batman. They're pretty close in height. Batman's a little taller. I'm sure there's other mods you can do to increase the height, but he's around Mafex scale. Give me a break. Here he is with my custom Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2. That is on a Notaman body. I will do a video on him and some of my other customs, which you'll see really soon if this video does well. Here he is next to my custom Ash Williams from Evil Dead. Here he is next to my custom Chainsaw Man, if I can get him to stand. And lastly, but not least, here he is next to my custom Thomas Wayne Batman. He is a bit taller because I had to extend the neck joint in order to make the cape spikes look good. I will definitely be doing a video on that. That is one of my favorite customs. And can we just take a second to look at how good these are standing next to each other? We need a Thomas Wayne and Al Simmons collab comic ASAP. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you made it this far, please like and subscribe. The rest of this video is just going to be showing you some cool poses that I got with it. Can't wait to speak with you guys next time. Have a great day.